Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Good Wednesday evening, race fans. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, and live coverage of the Midwest Truck Series presented by SecureALift Boat Lift Restraint Systems. Round 2 of season number 7. The Monster, Miles the Monster, sitting out along the backstretch. Dover, the scene of all the action here tonight. Expecting a good one. Top 2 in points, the top 2 in practice right now. New faces. David Durand, I do not remember seeing that name before tonight. I think Tyler Horn was here for the Indy race last week in the 26 right there, and I think he went forwards and backwards, and he might have went round and round. Hello, Miss Jane. Hello, Ken. Here's that 42 truck rolling out of pit road. They got about 5 minutes of practice left, and they'll go to qualifying. I feel like this is not very, the cars aren't very loud tonight. And the other night, they were just blistering my eardrums. So we'll turn them up a little. If it's too loud, the cars are too loud, guys, let me know, and I'll turn them back down. But I don't know if there was some kind of weird system update or something, and maybe we got some volume changes, but maybe my headset's turned all the way off. I don't know. Talked to that driver right there, Mike Forstner, pre-race. He said he is shooting for a podium tonight. There's old Father Time, Reed Rundle. Always on hand. I saw Brandon Mackey rolling out right there off pit road. I saw the name, but I don't see where he's at. Oh, yeah, Corey Blevins is in the server. He's not on track right now. Here's another one that I don't remember. Well, not that one. That one, the 95. I remember the name, and I don't know if he raced here a season or two ago or something, but Gary Wright. He's been in something that's been on the network before. The Cambinator, I just saw him catch the apron. Yeah, he caught the apron and lost control of it. But he's going to save it and not hit anything, so good job. I think that was the 27 of Brock Bigelow that just rolled. Yep, out onto pit road and up onto the raceway. So guys getting some last-second feel for the track in before qualifying. Not sure what it's going to take. 22.8, 22.9 probably. Maybe a 23 flat to be in the top 3 or 4 in qualifying. Guys, be sure to say hi in the chat. Doesn't matter where you're watching from. Let us know where you're watching from. If you got a favorite driver, shout them out. YouTube and Twitch. Subscribe to the channel, you know, every time we get to go live. And on Facebook, like, share, and follow so you get the same notifications. 3 nights a week right now. And for the summer, I don't see that changing. Unless series go into off-season and all of that stuff. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays are where it's at right now. Shout out to all the sponsors, especially Aaron and Mary Lee over at SecureALift here sponsoring this series. I think they're having a good time. They come watch every race and say hi in the chat. Yeah, I don't know if it's a father-son or a brother deal. I really don't. But they both look pretty quick to me. And everybody else that's involved. I know Michael spends a lot of time doing some things and his carpet cleaning stuff, and Mike Forstner over at Port Charlotte Lawn Care helps out. Sorry if I seem a little tired. I'm still wore out from yesterday, man. It nearly killed me. That was a long day, and it was a lot of fun. The race last night I thought was pretty amazing. I have heard some drivers were not as happy about it as I am, so to each their own. Full slate next week. Kings Roadhouse Truck Series back in action at Indianapolis Raceway Park. That's going to be a fun one. A little bull ring. And then the true Florida Southern Living Stock Car Series heads over to Richmond International Raceway for a night race for those guys. And then we'll be right back around here for round 3 of this series next week as well. So, last show, scheduled show for the week here tonight. Looking to see if I have any. No new messages from Race Control or anybody else, so. Fun. Ready to get at it for what should be another awesome race. 28 drivers checked in. Cody Smith just in under the gun, too. He just about ran out of time. All right, that's the end of practice. That means it's time to go on to qualifying. We will try to watch as many as we can. Start watching these drives drop onto pit road. Garrett Boyd is going to be one of the first. Sporting some new paint. He put that on last night for the League versus League race. Representing DSSN, DRN, and DSRL, as well as his McConey Setup Shop affiliation. Mike Forstner in one of my favorite trucks that he has. He's in the Chevy Silverado tonight. And there's Brock Bigelow in the house truck. That beautiful blue SecureALift boat lift restraint system sponsored machine. Let's see how the times start stacking up. Hello, Aaron and Mary Lee. Steven Pearson, 22.867 seconds. Man, that's smoking. Steve Smith, Greg Smith, 22.844 goes to the top. Bigelow was 6th quick. Forstner, 7th quick. Boyd was 4th quick. Looking for some of these other guys. Here's Father Time. Gregory Smith goes to the top. Stephen Pearson back to the top over Greg Smith, 31. There's Corey Blevins up to 3rd quick. We're watching Father Time here. Bigelow finishes his 2-lap average, and he's 4th on the board right now. About 7/100ths off that lead, so 22.90 for him. Blevins, Spalding, Captain Spalding. In the 25 up to 4th quick. Let's see what Reed Rundle can do here. Rundle on his first lap as a heater. He could go one and done. This thing looks pretty good. A little tight off of 4. Rundle goes 10th quick. Adam Vinny 9th quick. So Vinny's going to bank it all out on lap number 2 here. Pearson still the best. 22.831. Smith 22.843. I think it's actually an 8:44. Oh, Adam Vinny with a big slide out of turn 4, and that's not going to help his time. He will move up, but Reed Rundle jumps him up to 3rd. Vinny 4th, and I think Vinny had a pole run going until the truck slid out of turn 4. Kyle Gomez just finishing up. Here's David Durand. Justin Durand as well. Durand, the 5 of Durand, Justin Durand, last week's winner, just barely made it out onto the service. 22.797, one and done for the 42 truck. And, thinking back, David Durand might have actually been here last week and had an early exit. I think he did. I think he was here last week. I think he just had an early exit. So Justin out wide. He's going to put everything on this lap right here. Build up speed out of turn number 4 and then try to carry that all the way through. Into 3 and 4. Can Justin Durand go make it Durand and Durand atop the qualifying pylon? It looks quick. It is quick. Quickest. 22.695. He goes P1. David Durand, Stephen Pearson, Greg Smith, and Reed Rundle will be the top 5 in qualifying. Now, the top 5 in points do get to go to the back, and that's the guy that won the pole. The driver sitting in the 6th spot. Maybe Bigelow, Mackey. I have to go look. I did not look at the points before I came in, and that just makes me foolish, but that's kind of beside the point. I've been foolish a long time. Let's see. Points. Here we go. Durand, Bigelow, Mackey, Smith, and Boyd are your top 5 in points tonight. So Those drivers going to go backity back. Oh, that's right. Adam Vinny had a problem. He ended up with a broken right front. Yeah, so he's going to keep his spot up there close to the front. So we'll see if he can pull off a win here tonight, starting from the top. And it's the first of a couple of hurricane seasons for you guys, isn't it? All right, let's look at the starting grid. We know some drivers going to the back, and one of them is the pole sitter, Justin Durand in the 5, David Durand the 42. His partner in that front row on the outside, Stephen Pearson, the 83, Greg Smith the 6 in row number 2, then Reed Rundle the 43, Adam Vinny the 64 in row number 3. Row 4 is Corey Blevins at 24, Kevin Spalding the 25. Your 5th row, the 27 of Brock Bigelow, and his teammate the 81 of Harley Barletta. Our 6th row, Garrett Boyd, also going to the back with Brandon Mackey in the 99, so the whole 6th row will clear out and drop to the rear of the field. Mike Forstner, the 69, and Tyler Horn in the 26 make up row 7. Row 8 is Michael Everett, the 8 truck, and Kyle Gomez, the 55. Your 9th row is the 23 of Frank Chavez inside, the 51 of Jonathan Scott on the outside, and then it's Todd Kleek in the 45, Coy Callis in the 2 in row number 10. The Cambinator, Ryan Camba, 204. Row 11 inside next to the 56 of Brad Ebel, the 88 of Todd Keir, and the 19 of Russell Harold inside and out in row number 12. Chris Gaxel, the 707, Cody Smith in the 7. They are a row number 13, and row 14 is the 10 of Travis Downing and the 95 of Gary Wright. Those two drivers did not take time in qualifying. Here come drivers driving to the back. That's going to shuffle some guys forward. And that'll put the 83 of Stephen Pearson, our weird son Pearson, up at the front. David Durand will start on his outside, and then it'll be Team Lumber Dude in row number 2. Father Time and Adam Vinny. That 3rd row is pretty good too. Kevin Spalding and Corey Brevlins. Wow. A lot of good drivers. Starting up front, it's going to be hard for that top 5 to make their way through. This is a very tough place to make passes. Got to get the guy in front of you. He's got to make a little bit of a mistake, or you're going to have perfect position every time. There's Michael Everett and Tyler Horn and Frank Chavez next to Kyle Gomez. 125 laps here this evening.
All right, man. Light you back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not.
So one more time around. Let's drop to the back. Durand, Bigelow, Mackey, Smith, and Boyd. And the wild part is you're going to see Garrett Boyd in the DSRL truck, and you're going to see Greg Smith in our other DSRL, DRN, DSSN truck. The 21 and the 6. While not necessarily teammates, they are on Wednesdays. Team DRN, DSSN. Then Mackey slotted in there, 3rd to last. Bigelow and Durand will be our final starter. This time around, we should get the green. Everybody's kind of in order. We still got all 125 laps. They have extended our warm-up laps here, so we are not losing laps for the race. All right. This time we'll get that pesky pace car out of the way. We'll get ready to kick off 125 circuits. Round number 2. Midwest Truck Series presented by SecureALift Boat Lift Restraint Systems. Big concrete monster. 1 mile paperclip oval.
Green flag, green flag.
And the green flag in the zone. Man, they got a long ways through that zone before the green flag fell. And front row is going to get equal starts here. They will be side by side. David Rnd. Power move around the outside. Was able to keep the throttle in it. He'll take the lead. Stephen Pearson falls into second. Then it's Vinny Rundle and Blevins at top 5. Barletta, Forstner, and Spalding now side by side. 7th and 8th. Forstner will take the spot. That'll put Spalding 8th, Everett 9th, and Horn 10th. And it's a gaggle behind Chavez, Gomez, Cleek, Scott, Campbell, all in a wad. 11th on back. Some good side-by-side action already in this race. We're only a couple of laps in. They start to get it sorted out as we look a little further back. Camba's on the outside. Todd Cleek in the 45. Up to the left. And I think Camba just went a little wide there to give Cleek room. And I thought Cleek might come up and shut that door right there. Get Camba single file behind him. Let's go back a little ways because Ebel in the 56, 20th right now. Then it's Boyd and Smith, Mackey, Bigelow, Durand. They've already passed Downing, Harold, and Gary Wright. And Adam Vinny now going to start to hound the back bumper of the 42. Side by side at the front. It's hard to get a good run off the bottom of the corner, especially out of turn number 4. Vinny will roll it nice and free into turns 3 and 4, and he probably will have the lead when we come out. And about exactly the length of his truck. He was just barely clear. Rundle to 3rd. Pearson is 4th. Forstner now up to 5th. I talked to Mike. Mike said, I'm going to take this pretty serious. I'm going to see what I can do in here. Well, we're going to keep an eye on him and see where he finishes up. Barletta still 6th. Then Blevins, Everett, Spalding. Now Frank Chavez is your 10th place truck. Let's go check on the top 5. They've picked up a couple more spots. That's Garrett Boyd. He's 19th. Truck loose. That's going to not, well, he was able to not really lose a lot of ground. Gaxel didn't get a good exit on the high side for some reason. And that'll open the door. I bet we see a couple of trucks go by here. Gaxel loses a spot to Boyd. Smith is now alongside, and that's going to open things up for Mackey. Mackey will go by. Now it's up to Bigelow and Durand. Justin Durand in the 5. As the top 5 have tried to stay nose to tail with one another, now there's a little opening between Mackey and Bigelow. Up front, Vinny not getting away from that 42 truck whatsoever. David Durand hanging right there, half a truck length behind. He got a good run out of 4. He's going to try to pull alongside here in 1 and 2. Nose is ahead coming out of the corner. And now he goes back by on the entry to turn number 3, and David Durand will go back to the point after a couple of laps. So Vinny went and took the lead. And now Durand has it back. Rundle still in 3rd. Mike Forstner around Pearson, and it opened the door long enough for Barletta to get by as well. Forstner up to that 4 spot. Corey Blevins is starting to reel in Steven Pearson here. Single file in the top 10, 12, 13, 15. Not really much in the way of side-by-side action right now. It's a big conveyor belt of trucks are about halfway around the speedway. Reed Rundle, a little out of shape. Coming off a 2 that time, and he'll lose some ground to Vinny and lose some ground to Forstner as well. Barletta has gotten a little closer to Forstner here. I think the two of them reeling in that third place truck. They're actually reeling in the leaders as well. Michael Everett having a pretty good run right now. He's in the top 8. He started 15th. Jonathan Scott wanted to test the waters way up high, and I don't know how much he liked that, but he was almost to the fence. It's up there running that Harry Gant line. Let's go right along with Harley Barletta here. To the inside of the 69, he got a good run, kind of diamond to that corner down there in turns 1 and 2, and got a great run up off the exit. And now he's clear. And Barletta is up to 4th. He's about 1.8 seconds off the lead. About 0.8 of a second to the truck in front of him, Reed Rundle. But Vinny and David Durand have not really lost too much touch with one another. Hasn't been more than about this right here for the last 15 laps. Gap, that is. Vinny had the lead for a couple laps. Durand went and took it back. Vinny getting wider and wider out of turn 4. That truck nearly getting the fence. The last 2-3 laps coming out of turn number 4. Gets light coming up over that transition. That time a little straighter on the exit. Let's go back here about 14th place. You'll find Garrett Boyd, Greg Smith, Brandon Mackey still nose to tail. That is just a tiny bit back. '27 truck go. Brock Bigelow and Justin Durand. Durand got around Bigelow. Now they're fighting through some tough traffic. That's Coy Callis in the 2, Todd Cleek in the 45 right in front of these two. It's 18th, 19th, and currently 20th. Now the gap's starting to open up. Vinny back us 1.1 seconds. You can see what the gap looks like from the 42 to the 64. Barletta still third. Barletta got around Rundle. When did that happen? That had to have just happened. Yeah, just a lap ago. Corey Blevins around Stephen Pearson and Mike Forstner. And now he sits fifth. Leader, still the fastest truck out there. 22:40. I'm sorry, 23:40. I'm sorry, 23:40. I don't see anything bent on the 64. He must have just slipped once coming through. Yeah, he keeps getting closer and closer. And for a couple of laps, he got it pretty straight off turn 3. But then he went right back to doing what he was doing. Barletta got to and got around Reed Rundle. And now Corey Blevins is starting to reel the 43 truck in. About 4 laps from being a quarter of the way in. Forstner still in 6th, Pearson 7th, Scott up to 8th. Then Spalding and Everett still in the top 10, but he's got some company now. He's got the 23 of Chavez, the 21 of Boyd, and the 6 of Smith lined up behind him, and now Boyd. Soon as Chavez got around Everett, he put him 2, almost 3 wide, and he's going to go after the spot. Got a little loose off 4 right there. Oh, Chavez loose off a turn number 2, crossed the nose of the 21. Just lost it a little, pedaled the truck. And when he did, 21 truck, nowhere to go. Solo contact will slow things just a teensy-weensy bit. David Durand, Vinny, Barletta, Blevins, Rundle, Forstner, Pearson, Scott, Spalding, and Greg Smith. The top 10. Boyd 11th. He was in front of Smith until that contact. I'll tell you what, Adam Vinny choosing to stay out. 30 laps in. It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Barletta came in. Pearson came in. Spalding. Justin Duran. Ryan Camba. Brock Bigelow, Chris Gaxel, Tyler Horn, Travis Dowding, Brad Ebel, Cody Smith, Todd Cleek, Russell Harris, Frank Chavez, all on pit road. Everyone else stayed out. Vinny, Blevins, Rundle, Forstner, Scott, Smith, Boyd, Everett, Mackey, Gomez, Callis, Keir, and Wright. Left side tires only for the 42 truck. And a full load of fuel. Barletta come out behind him, then Pearson and Spalding. Ebel, Bigelow, Camba, Gaxel. Here comes Russell Harold. Travis Downing. Then it'll be Todd Cleek. Horn, Chavez, and Smith all still sitting on pit road. There goes Horn. He'll roll away. Fields coming by, and Smith just now getting tires on that truck. Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you what. So Cody Smith is going to lose a lap in the pits. Vinny, Blevins, Rundle, Forstner will be the top 4 on the restart. So we're already down to 1 to go. All right, coming around lap number 32. 93 laps still to go. Minimum of 1 pit stop still left in this race. Into the start zone for the restart. Good launch for the 64. He spins the tires. Carnage all over the place. Caution? No caution? There we go. Yeah, there we go. So we'll watch a little bit from above here. We're gonna have to back this up because it started us late. But watch the number of cars that start spinning the tires. One there. There's one behind. That's Greg Smith, and that's gonna hurt a lot of guys. Gary Wright's in it. Russell Harold, Kevin Spaulding, Harley Barletta's truck destroyed. I see Jonathan Scott, Garrett Boyd. So we will have another restart as we have a quickie caution, and the older tires rear their head at Dover, Delaware. We see this nearly every time. A lot of these racetracks, old tires, they go through a heat cycle, and then they get hard as a rock, and when you get ready to get on the throttle, they can't grip the track. You spin, you slide, and if the track is banked at all on the straightaway, you're going to go the opposite way that it's banked because you're already steering into that banking, creating an offset. And as soon as the tires start to break, you turn right most of the time. So an unfortunate break for a whole lot of drivers. Let's get down to the pits and see what all that we can see. We will swing the drone cam in. There's tons of left side damage there. Justin Duran appears to not have anything. Stephen Pearson, I can't tell if it's front or back with him. We just saw Greg Smith. There's Adam Vinny. He is bent up pretty near all around that truck. Kevin Spaulding, a ton of left side damage. Barletta, a ton of right side damage. Garrett Boyd, the truck is 1.5 feet narrower on the front end alone. Brandon Mackey, all kinds of left side damage. Frank Chavez, right front damage for sure. He may have some rear damage. There's the left front of the 95 of Gary Wright. Frank Chavez, right front is damaged heavily. There's Travis Downing. Doesn't look like he got anything out of it. Good for him. Russell Harold, well, that truck's a little narrower on the front end. Cody Smith didn't get nothing. And Jonathan Scott, he's got a ton of left side front end damage. So we'll get another restart here. Several drivers still out on older tires. Top 7 didn't pit.
All right, man. Light you back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
"35 laps into the event. So, lights back on the pace car. Oh, I don't know who we should talk to. Let's grab Harley Barletta, see if he's there. Harley Barletta, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Did you just see me crash under caution? That was cool.
Well, I don't know if it was cool, but we did get to see that. All the old tires, and we say it almost every time, old tires, it's hard to restart, especially at these concrete tracks. When the tires go through a heat cycle, they get hard, and 99% of the time, if you spin them, you're going to go the opposite way of the banking, and I think that's what we saw, just old tires, rough restart, and a parking lot at the end of that thing. How bad are you?
Oh, I'm dead. What happened to the front row spin the tires or something?
Oh, yeah, several in the front 8 spun the tires, and it just created carnage. Drivers behind had nowhere to go.
Yeah, I'm done. I got like 7.5 minutes of damage. I got engine problems. You just saw me trying to catch the pack. I just spun out. This is going to be a rough rest of the race.
Man, well, we thought we'd check in with you, see how bad it was, because we see varying levels of damage on the trucks, man. Go back in, get as much as you can fixed, try to at least score a few points, and we'll move on to next week, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
81 driver, Harley Barletta, and like he said, he's back there. That truck is just wobbling and bouncing. Yeah, he's got all kinds of demons to fight now. No rear bumper cover. His tailgate's all gone. So let's get ready up front here. Let's see what we see this time on the restart. Into the start zone.
Flag, green flag.
A lot better start for all the guys up front. Like I said, that top 7 on a little older tires. Rundle got a good start. Blevins got around the 69 of Forstner. That's Michael Everett and Kyle Gomez. And Gomez trying to give the 8 truck a little speed bump right at the end of turn 2. And that's a really bad place to do that. Let's go back here. Caution in behind already again. Oh! And Coy Callis off the nose of the 56. Let's go back here. Let's see what happens around Chavez, Mackey and company. Oh, that's in front of them. That was a truck spinning. I think that was Harley Barletta. Yeah, that was. It was Barletta that spun the truck. He's all by himself, went off in the corner, and I think he found out exactly how much damage he had right there. And that started the chain reaction. Now we need to get up here because Callis slowed for the caution, and Ebel just got into the right rear corner. And that's going to do Callis no good at all. And there's Todd Cleek, and those two come together. So a lot going on in that caution right there, and a lot more drivers having problems than initially should have. So we're going to stay with the order at the front. Rundle, Blevins, Forstner. Now Everett fourth, Gomez, Ebel, Kierkama, Durand, Justin Durand up to 9th. Todd Cleek is shown in 10th. Cautions breed cautions. That's just kind of the way things go. I am looking to see Kevin Spaulding, do you have a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, we're going to ask you, how bad is it? Is it drivable? Can you finish?
Probably.
I'm sorry?
I can finish. But I probably have about another 2.5 minutes on this thing. We're just going to fix her up, drive for some points tonight, and man, I'm getting involved in everything, I guess.
It seems like cautions breed cautions. The restart was pretty rough, and now right after the restart, we're going to maybe have a little run of yellow fever here. Hopefully it'll all end, man. We thought we'd check in with you real quick and see how bad it was. Hopefully you can finish it up, score a few points, and we'll move on to next week.
Absolutely. I hope these guys just need to calm down a little. We got a few laps left.
All right, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Driver of the 25 truck, Kevin Spaulding. We're ready for restart again. This time, Reed Rundle picking the outside lane. And on the older tires, it's actually probably pretty smart, honestly. All right, let's get ready to restart this thing one more time. Coming off of our third caution. A little bit of yellow fever going on. Here we go. Another good start. Guys at the front doing pretty well. I think I saw Camba or Ebel maybe clip a little fence on the start, but it kept the truck straight. We're going to get a good run out here, at least through 1 and 2. Takes a couple of laps for these tires to come up to temperature anyway. And after a heat cycle, as soon as they come to temperature, 3 wide, we got contact. Kier got into Camba. Camba's trying to save it. He's not going to save that truck. Not going to catch a yellow. He's going to keep it flowing forward. It's going to be way off pace. His right front has got to be destroyed. That truck's got to be horribly. Yeah, right front is really bad. He broke suspension on that truck. Truck's done for the night probably. Out front, well, Rundle and Blevins have cleared Forstner by about 2 seconds. Ebel and Durand. And we saw the 5 truck dip in there underneath Ebel. Ebel went up the hill, got into the 204, so. And that's Kyle Gomez and Todd Kier going by the 56. 56 is really loose right here. That right rear corner damage is really affecting that 56 truck. Here comes Brock Bigelow. Bigelow will go by. David Durand, your early leader in the 42. He's mired back here at about 10th. Stephen Pearson's in behind that. So we've got things kind of rolling. I think 64 truck of Adam Vinny looks like he might be done for the night if he's hanging around. He is not. We were going to try to grab him real quick and talk to him and find out exactly what happened on the restart. Smoke on pit road. Somebody giving up all of the magic. Here comes Corey Blevins. Big run into turns 1 and 2. He's going to pull alongside Reed Rundle. Into 3 and 4 they go. Rundle's going to hold serve at least for the time being. Hello, Jersey. Well, there's Adam. You run off too quick. I don't get a chance to talk to you after one of these. And I'm going to ask, is it going to be all purple and sore in the morning? Oh, we know what happened. We saw it. Old tires restart, Dover. We saw it. Here comes Durand. Fresher tires than the 2 in front of him. He's been picking up spots every one of these cautions with the people around him in front of him getting a little sideways out of shape, having to go to pits for repairs. He's up to second as he gets around Reed Rundle right there. Now he's got about 0.4 of a second to make up to get to Corey Blevins. Mike Forstner is about 1.4 seconds behind our top 3. And then here comes David Durand. And we're going to get the Durand and Durand show up front. Well, that's where professionalism comes in, sir. Even on the bad days, you got to give the fans what they want. Forstner up off the corner, but Durand got a good run. He crossed him over, went underneath on the exit. He'll dive bomb it into turn 3. Forstner just got out of the way. Now the 26 of Horn is going to get past the 69 truck. So from 4th to 6th real quick for Forstner, and Bigelow wants a piece of that action as well. Fresher tires. The 69 has not pitted. Going to have to pit pretty doggone quick. Now, if he's doing the strategy, he's going to make it on a stop. All the rest of these guys are going to have to stop as well. They're just going to get stopped a little later and have fresh tires and maybe run him down. He's now probably committed to having to go as far as he can possibly go on fuel. Try to make that as short a run as possible. Justin Durand to the point around Corey Blevins, and he is rocketing away from the 24 truck. Here comes David Durand. He's going to go high side. Big run off turn 2. Blevins cannot even argue the position. He's got to get in line and give that up. Horn will be the next truck to get to him on fresh tires. So we'll see what kind of strategy plays out here. Here comes Brock Bigelow. He's going to go by Reed Rundle. Remember that Blevins, Rundle, Forstner, they haven't pitted. Haven't seen pit road. We're 55 laps in. They got to at least get to laps 62 to 64 to even make this fun. Everybody else going to pit with about 30 or 40 to go here. But it's 1.4 seconds from Justin Durand to David Durand, and then it's about another 1.6 seconds back to Blevins, and I don't think that's going to be for very long because Horn is there. And so is Bigelow. The older tires, couple, maybe 10 laps, and the tires will equalize, but I think you'll see these guys that haven't pitted be forced to pit before then. And now Blevins, I thought he was going to be a pick for a second, and Bigelow said, nope, there's enough room for me to slice in between the 24 and the 26. He did exactly that. Now the 27 truck runs in the third spot. So Horn finally gets the pass done on Blevins. Blevins now 5th, but Horn gave up 3rd in the process. Tiny Dancer in the chat. What's up, buddy? Steven Pearson, Reed Rundle, Mike Forstner, Travis Downing, Cody Smith is 10th. And we saw Smith have a lot of, I thought he lost a lap, but we got a caution right after that. He got that waiver out, and now running inside the top 10. Greg Smith with a damaged truck is 11th. Then Todd Keir, Kyle Gomez, Michael Everett 14th, Gaxel 15th, Mackey 16th. Chavez is 17th. Then our not on the lead lap cars, the first one 3 laps down. That's a 95 of Gary, right? Kevin Spaulding, about 7 laps down. Russell Harold, 11 laps down. Ebel's on track, 13 laps down. He is down on the apron very slow here, just making laps. Everyone else is retired. Ebel will get around Cleek here in about a lap and a half, and he'll go to 21st. But up front, we're catching the back of the pack. That's Frank Chavez, 17th, the last truck on the lead lap, and Justin Durand is reeling him in. Oh, you missed Adam restarting with control of the field, and Old Tires Dover. He did the loop-de-loop, dipsy-doo, wiggledy-wiggledy, smashy-smash. That's what he did. It was an ugly dance. You would have been proud. Ooh, 2.1 seconds to Durand, so the gap not closing. In fact, opening just a little bit. From the 5 to the 42. Bigelow is still 3rd. He is reeling in that second place truck. He's chopped about 0.7 of a second out of that gap over the last 5, 6, 7 laps. So he is very close now with about half a second. Justin Durand. And he went around Garrett Boyd. Boyd, a lot of laps down right there. He is 26 laps down? Yeah, 26 laps down, just racing for some points. He was part of the moment. Inadvertently part of it, but part of it, and he has damage all the way around that 21 truck. They're going to go around the 5 truck now. Just making laps, trying to pick up positions. Got a lot of laps left, so he can pick up a few, and if anybody else falls out, he can get those. Let's see. Well, we're going to freak him out for sure. Hey, Ryan Campbell, you around?
Yes, we are.
Well, we kind of saw what happened there, and apparently whatever the end result was terminal as we watch Brock Bigelow go around David Duran and take over second.
Yeah, I think we went 3 wide from what I could tell, and I just couldn't hang on to it. I got a little loose, didn't want to take anybody out, and ended up taking myself out.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of right front damage, broken suspension on the 204.
Oh, yes. Yes, we are down to 3 wheels, so now I'm going to sit by the beer trailer and watch these guys. I'll watch the professionals.
Well, if they have any extras, bring a couple hot dogs and a couple beers and come to the booth and bring them to me, would you?
Absolutely. It's Ham's night at Dover.
Oh, well, it's my favorite then. You got to bring me one of those. All right, my
Coming
friend.
right up.
Thanks for chatting with me, buddy.
Thanks much, Roger. You have a good night.
We'll move him back a little at a time. We don't get too feisty with moving him around. He's got a hard enough gig. We're looking at David Durand. Fell back to third. And I'll tell you what, Brock Bigelow drove up here. He's 4 seconds behind Justin Durand. It's a slow click down, but he is clicking down the gap a little bit. I think we're going to get to pits. Greg Smith is now on pit. Going to roll into his pit stall here momentarily. Truck looks like it's a little off kilter, maybe leaning a little more on that right rear corner than it should, but he was involved in that incident with the restart. So we'll see. Kyle Gomez, Gary Wright, both on pit road as well. I see the 55 up on the jack. Kevin Spaulding, 19th. He's about 7 laps down now. So, but that guy right there, the 5 truck, Justin Durand, had to go to the very back of the field, and he now leads the field by over 4 seconds. There are 14 trucks on the lead lap, and Michael Everett is the last of those, and Everett is dangerously close to being lapped here. Where is the 69 truck? 69 truck, Mike Forshner. On track. He has yet to make a pit stop. He runs in the 9th spot. He is 16 3/4 seconds off of the lead. Reed Rundle still in the top 10. Rundle about 18 seconds behind. There comes the 21 truck of Garrett Boyd. Boyd is 20-plus laps down, but he's got fresher tires, and he is just going to pass trucks when he can. He's trying to make up spots. Currently, 22nd in the running order. He's going to have to get quite a few guys to drop out to get a top 20 out of this. Everett now a lap down. That's the 88 of Todd Keir. He'll go another lap down as well. In 14th. Right in front of these. Reed Rundle on the pit road. Did he get the 43 slowed down? Looks like maybe. There goes your leader. He's about to reach the back end of the 19 of Russell Harold. Harold, 20th, and about 13 laps off the lead already. Kevin Spaulding in front of your leader now, and then it's Brandon Mackey. Mackey is 11th. We're inside 50 to go. It's Mackey trying to stay on the lead lap at least until we can get to pit cycle here, but that's a long ways off. Rundle still on pit road. There's Todd Keir also on pit road. And maybe Rundle got him a speeding penalty because he has been sitting there a very, very, very long time. He's already 3 laps down. He was about a 10th or 11th when he pitted. And this long a pit stop is not indicative of a normal pit stop, so he must have gotten a penalty. Bigelow now starting to lose ground. He's 4.5 seconds behind. David Durand a little behind that, and he's got a truck on fresh tires coming. That's Greg Smith. 14th place. And there comes Rundle finally out of the pits. Tyler Horn. Oh, woo! He just swept. Oh, my goodness. He swept the whole backstretch and then went in and pounded the turn 3 wall. We'll see if Mr. Horn decides that it's time for some new tires on that 26 truck. Doesn't look like it. He drove her off in there pretty deep. 4th at the moment. We'll go look at Steven Pearson trying to pass Frank Chavez. That's your 5th place truck. There comes Forstner back on the racetrack. And Forstner shows about 3 laps down. 2.5 at best. So we'll see through the cycles of pit stops how that plays out for driver 69. He's 13th right now. 41 laps remaining. Mackey in 9th place, still the last truck on the lead lap. Mackey last pitted on lap 39, Durand on lap 34. Mackey talked about it before the race. Would the middle line come into play? And he's running it right now, and he's doing a decent job of holding the leader off. He's keeping the gap relatively, well, not this time. Exit of 4, and Durand got a big run up the front stretch. I don't know how he got that run there, but boy, that was a good exit. Now he'll get around Mackey. Here comes Rundle. Here comes Gomez. Here comes Smith. All these guys on fresh tires, and they are not going to want to stick around behind these slower trucks long. Rundle just picking and choosing his line carefully. Rundle 17th, 4 laps down. 3 laps now as he got around the leader. Greg Smith got around the leader as well. And that puts Smith 2 laps down. Kyle Gomez 2 laps down. He got around the leader. He was 3 laps down until just a few seconds ago. So now it's Gaxel. And Gaxel's 19.6 seconds behind the leader, which means really he's only about 5 seconds ahead. 5.5. Then Cody Smith right in front of him. That's 7th. There's Steven Pearson 6th. Travis Downing in the 10th. He runs 5th. And Horn still on track. He has used every inch of the racetrack tonight. But he still runs 4th. Justin Durand on pit road. Ducked off quickly. Right there in turns 3 and 4. And he has got the 5 truck. Headed down. Brock Bigelow came in right behind him. David Durand has also come to pit road. So here we go through the cycle. We'll see what this brings for all the other drivers. You're going to have 35 laps remaining. All those drivers that were off sequence, this is going to give them a chance to catch up and get their laps back. We'll see where they slot in. There goes Mike Forstner. Forstner 13th, but I don't know. Maybe he'll get back on the lead lap this next time. Durand is already off pit road. Bigelow is off pit road as well. And David Durand is just now rolling away from his pit stall. So that puts Steven Pearson in control of the race. Pearson pitted on 39. Gaxel pitted on 39. Tyler Horn just ducked off. So we'll see one of these, at least the 83 and the 707, having to pit here pretty quickly. That was Greg Smith going by Pearson on the backstretch and made him go wide, so Pearson going to have to go at least one more lap. Be a splash and go for him. Greg Smith. Greg Smith pitted on lap 69. That does not quite, actually does compute, and he could theoretically pull this off, but I think those fresher tires will be the difference. Smith is in 3 and 4. When he gets to the line, we'll see where Durand is. He's close. The gap is 4.6 seconds, but Pearson, he's praying for a caution as Gaxel finally goes in and pits. Pearson, the only truck left in the cycle. And he's hoping for a caution, a mistake by somebody. He can trap the field mostly a lap down. Whole lot of meetings at the beer tent going on in the chat, folks. Yeah. Here comes Justin Durand. In the middle of the hornet's nest now. He's just trying to get around the 83 of Pearson, who I think is going to pit road, and he is. So that's going to put a lot of trucks back on the lead lap here. That leaves Greg Smith as the leader. He has about a 6-second lead over Corey Blevins, Brock Bigelow, and Justin Durand. There's Blevins. Blevins pitted on lap 79, so well in the window. Bigelow third. Durand is fourth. Greg Smith going to have to hang on for 28 more laps. He should have just about enough fuel. We saw Mike Forstner get 69 out of it with a couple of cautions in there. So it's going to be a tight one for the 6 truck to hang on to this. 8 trucks now on the lead lap, and that's Downing right there in front of Smith. There's the Blevins. Then you've got Cody Smith 10th. He's the first truck a lap down. Gaxel is 12th, or 11th, I'm sorry. He's right in there. Now Bigelow. While the door is open, Blevins got moved up the hill by Cody Smith. Bigelow is going to try to take advantage of that and go after Blevins. Todd Keir up the hill, kind of out of the way of our leaders. Now Bigelow. has it door to door with Blevins. Bigelow will take over second. He is 3 seconds back with 24 laps to go. Blevins third. Justin Durand in fourth. Durand is 5 seconds behind Bigelow and Blevins. David Durand fifth behind that. Mike Forstner come out of that whole deal. He's got a sixth place run going. There's Frank Chavez in seventh. Travis Downing, Cody Smith, and Chris Gaxel. And we know where they're at in relation to our leaders. There's only 8 trucks on that lead lap. Where are you at, Mr. Kuntz? Slow truck on the bottom. That was the 56 of Brad Ebel. Ebel, 21st. Battle for the lead. Bigelow got there, and he makes short work of the 6 truck of Smith. Man, that was a quick pass. He ran in on him getting into turn 1, and he was gone by the exit of turn 2. Now Smith has to let the 707 of Gaxel, the 99 of Mackey, go by. He hangs on in second. He's got a second lead over Corey Blevins. Oh, okay. Well, I know what the PP system's all about, and so 3 points in one race, that's a lot. So you'll get one a race this week, you'll be back next week. Cool beans. Good to see you back on the track next week. Blevins still here in third. He's only 0.8 of a second behind Greg Smith. But he's 3 seconds ahead of both of the Durands. Well, and I'll tell you what, Justin Durand has got something going on with the 5 truck. He is falling back. He's lost a spot to Forstner. He lost a spot to David Durand. He's 5th. And he was leading when the pit cycle started. And he's 11 seconds behind Brock Bigelow now. So there's your 4th place truck. David Durand, he's about 2.4 seconds behind Corey Blevins. And we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. We got about 17 to go. Bigelow out front. Gaxel and Mackey have held every step that Bigelow has dropped. They have stepped right in behind it. And they have followed him all the way up here. Now they're trying to unlap themselves. Both of them a lap down and just off of the lead lap. The car right in front of Brock Bigelow is the last car on the lead lap. Cody Smith in the 7. He is 8 and about 3 car lengths from going a lap down. Bigelow pulled to the inside. And he'll put the 7 car right in front of the 99, the 707. They're all racing for position behind your leader now. Reed Rundle right in front of them. Rundle in the running order, 16th. Couple of laps off the pace. $13 to go this time. Bigelow has this well in hand. He is in command of this thing. There's your 2nd and 3rd place trucks, Corey Blevins and Greg Smith. David Durand is reeling in the 6 truck, and he's got enough laps to get there. He's cut it down to about 1.2 seconds. And that gap is steadily shrinking. He'll have to get around the 23 of Frank Chavez here. And he'll do that on the high side out of turn number 4. Chavez, no argument. Michael Everett, 15th. The last truck 1 lap down. As Kevin Spaulding is back on pit road again. Bigelow, he's got Mackey right behind him. Mackey is the 8th place truck. Stephen Pearson is now in 9th. And Cody Smith is hanging on to 10th by a thread. There comes the 21 of Garrett Boyd, the 43 of Reed Arundel. Eleventh place, Cody Smith now as Gaxel got around him. Mackey going to try to get back on the lead lap the natural way. He sees Pearson coming, and he's got to go. That's for position. Leader sandwiched between the two guys racing for 8th and 9th. Greg Smith in 3rd, and he's going to have all kinds of company in the next lap or two here because the 42 of David Durand ever closer. Running out of laps, but still biding his time. Bumps the fence out of turn number 2, and that may not make the truck any faster. 6 to go this time. Bigelow still out front, 6.3 seconds over Blevins. Still going to be a tight battle for 3rd. Wave lap, 5 to go. Durand and David Durand and Greg Smith still battling for 3rd. And Durand just cannot get a run and get to the outside or inside and force that 6 car to run a different line. Justin doing a good job hanging on here. Let's see, Justin Durand is 18 seconds off. I got to feel like he didn't take tires. Somehow got his tires messed up. Because he is just falling back. He is losing time to the leader. Mackey, the last truck on the lead lap, he is right in front of the leader. I mean, just a couple of truck lengths. This battle looks like it's going to be settled here because Justin Smith driving away. 2 to go for our leader, Brock Bigelow. Season 5 champion. Did not have a great season for season 6. Watch Justin Durand pick up the title. But a 2nd place at Indy, and tonight looks like he may be going to victory lane here at Dover. He'll come around at a turn number 4. Pile of traffic in front of him, but the white flag is what he wants to see. Now, long as he doesn't get wrecked, he doesn't really care what happens because the next flag will end the race. Blevins still 2nd. Greg Smith still 3rd. Then David Durand. Mike Forster 5th. And Justin Durand in the 6th spot. Downing and Mackey, the last of the trucks on the lead lap. But Bigelow out of 4. Checkered flags in the air. He wins at Dover, round number 2 for the Midwest Truck Series. Presented by SecureALift Boat Lift Restraint Systems. Corey Blevins second. Greg Smith hangs on for third. David Durand and Mike Forstner fourth and fifth. And Justin Durand's going to hang on for sixth. Downing right behind him, and Mackey will come out of turn 4 and be scored 8th, the last truck on the lead lap. Gaxel Pearson 9-10. Cody Smith 11th. Keir, Everett, Gomez, and Rundle through 15th. Chavez in 16th. Gary Wright. Frank Wright. Oh my gosh. Gary Wright in the 17th. Russell Harold was 18th. Ebel Spalding through 20th. Garrett Boyd 21st. Horn 22nd. Cleek, Camba, Callis, Barletta, Vinny, Scott through 28th. All right, let's see how close can we get to these guys here. This might be about as close as we can get. We'll get ready to start moving our drivers into our interview space. We'll get Corey Blevins in there. We'll get that old bigger low feller in there. And this guy's going to take a minute to move. He's at the very bottom of this thing for some reason. All right, now let's get ready to get started talking to our drivers. Greg Smith, got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. A little bit of a auspicious goings on one of the restarts there, and it looked like the 6 truck had a little bit of damage, but it looks like the crew was able to get all that fixed up.
Yeah, we had a little bit of unlucky contact from a cold tire spin on a restart. Had about 40 seconds of optional damage. Was able to take care of that. I really, I didn't know what to do on tires, so I ran the first 67 laps on the first set of tires, and I still got a set of Goodyears in the box right now that I kind of wasted tonight.
Well, it's better to have them and not need them than to need them and not have them, for sure.
That is true.
Well, good run. This track is very difficult, very tricky. Got to be on top of things at all times. And you were able to get off strategy just a little bit with these guys and parlay that into a third-place finish, man. How tough was it, especially after the little bit of damage?
It was definitely a struggle. I wish I kind of would have saved more tire after I did the off-pit cycle strategy. Because I think that's what the determinant factor was for another 2 positions. But them dudes on fresh tires, it's kind of hard to hold them up.
Well, an awesome job nonetheless, man. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate a hard-earned podium finish here at Midwest Truck Series.
Yes, sir. I'd like to thank my mutual sponsors, SecureALift Boat Restraint Systems, the Dirt Racing Network, and obviously Everett over at Midwest Series for hosting this series every Wednesday night. It's been a pleasure to be here for my second season with you guys.
All right, man. Congrats on the run. We'll look forward to seeing you in round number 3 here next Wednesday night.
Thanks, man. You have a good night.
Greg Smith finishes 3rd here at Dover. Now let's grab the driver of the 24 truck. Corey Blevins, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I gotcha. First time this season, at least podium, right?
Yeah, on the podium for the first time in season number 7, and it didn't look like it was easy by any stretch, and there was a whole lot of mayhem a couple of times. How'd you avoid getting any on you?
Yeah, I mean, I hit Adam there on that restart there. I was a little worried about the front end a little bit. I didn't know if there was any damage, so I was happy to kind of avoid that. And I think me and Brock did sideswipe there. I don't know if that, you caught that in the broadcast, but we did sideswipe each other there. But that was a moment there. But I didn't really see any of the other mayhem behind me. I was thankfully stayed up there in top 5, top 10 pretty much all night. So I stayed away from that, that mess there at the beginning of the race, thankfully.
Well, a tough start to the season at Indy last week, but turned it around here, 2nd place. Is this where a run at another championship begins?
We'll see. It's not out of the question. Take it week by week, and that road course might give me some difficulty, but we'll see what happens. Give it a shot. You never know.
All right, man. Well, an awesome run tonight. Another podium to add to the collection for the 24. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you get out of here.
Yeah, I appreciate the broadcast there. And then Midwest Trust Series, Secure Lift the Boat with Restraint Systems, Dirt Racing Network, of course. And then my sponsor, my for life sponsor, I should say, Keys Architects and Associates, as always.
All right, man. Congrats on the run. I'll see you back here next week.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, Roger.
Corey Blevins, second tonight here at Dover, and now I don't know if it's unexpected. I don't know if it was much of a surprise to anyone. I thought he had a chance. He looked pretty good in practice. We kind of talked pre-race, and Brock Bigelow, the sophomore slump may be over.
No kidding. I mean, I've been in this league for a few seasons now, but yeah, I definitely getting skunked last season was not fun. So getting one race number 2, I will definitely take that, especially as fast as these guys are. Holy smokes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Defending last season and didn't get a win, only a couple of podiums. That was a pretty bad sophomore slump after a championship, and now a second place to start the season and a win here tonight. That's it's going to put you in a pretty good points position going into week 3.
Hey, I say this all the time. Points are what they are. I just want to win. Like, I don't go out here for points. I go out here to try to win the race, and it gets tougher every single season. As many fast guys as we got now, it feels even better to get a win, especially at a tough track like Dover. And everybody seemed to have it. I mean, we had a little bit of some hiccups there in the middle of the race, but we straightened her out and had a couple good long runs, which really played to my strengths, I guess. I found a line that worked and just didn't get off of it, and it just really helped keep the balance of the truck. I was really good on tire wear on that last run. Balance was good. I felt like I could push, but I didn't need to. So, I mean, can't ask for anything better than that.
Well, an awesome job nonetheless. Dover is not an easy place to get one, but you get a win here tonight. Shout me out with some sponsors, and we'll let you go celebrate.
Absolutely. I was happy to race at Miles the Monster and get a win here. I've been close a couple times. I remember getting sniped on coming to the white flag a couple seasons ago. That hasn't set right with me since. So to get it back, happy about it. So yeah, I'd like to thank the Midwest Truck Series for putting on an awesome season so far, and all these sessions and all the work that goes into it. SecureALift Boat Lift Restraint Systems for sponsoring the truck and the series. Happy that I could get a house truck a win. I mean, to shout the sponsors out and put her on top. That's pretty cool. And the Dirt Racing Network, obviously, and the work you do, Roger, for putting on a broadcast. This will definitely be fun to watch while I'm working tomorrow. Yeah, just got one. Happy about it. Let's go get another one.
All right, man. Well, congrats on the win. Thanks for chatting with us. We'll see you back here next week.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Brock Bigelow picking up the win here tonight in what he said is the house truck, the main series sponsor. And it's always cool when the main series sponsors get wins in their own series. So congratulations to Aaron and Mary Lee at SecureALift. All right. That is going to do it tonight. Fun one. I told you it'd be a fun one at the beginning, and it turned out to be about as much fun as I expected. Maybe a little more. Good green flag runs there after we kind of had a couple of weird hiccups. Saw a lot of contenders go by the wayside in those hiccups. So good to see everybody get straightened out and get this thing done. When we come back next week, I think we're going to see a different top 5 going to the back. So we'll be sure that we grab the points and give them to you before we do. Tune in again on Monday night. Digital Sim Racing League. Boys head to the bull ring at Indianapolis Raceway Park. And then the stock car series will head over to Richmond International and put on a big, I think it's a 150 lapper over there on Tuesday night before we come back here. But I want to thank you guys for being here. Without you, there is no reason to do any of this. Without the fans, there wouldn't be sports. So thank you guys very much for being here. Without all the awesome leagues that give us great racing on a nightly basis to put on this network, we wouldn't have anything to cover for you to be fans of. So high five and a pat on the back to everyone there. Till we see you again, peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down at all times. and come back and see us as soon as you can. Good night, everyone.